I'm Lana Cooper and I'm 36 years old.
And when did you start boxing, Lana?
I was 8 years old when I started. I was boxing in Bargo Gym at the time with Malcolm Webb. I was the only girl in the gym, but it was one other girl, Louise Bengoff, which was coming to the end of her career. But yeah, after that, it was only me in the gym. And then that closed and I came to Galligaer at 14, I think it was.
Okay. Is that this gym here?
Yeah, that's this gym here, yeah.
And how, what drew you to boxing? Like what made you get involved?
To be honest, I was watching the Rocky films. I always say to the boys that when me and my brother were kids, we used to put, when my mother couldn't afford much, and we'd put socks on our hands in the house, me and my brother, and we'd be fighting like that after watching the Rocky films. So that's what really got me into boxing, was watching that, to be honest with you.
Is he your older brother?
It's a year between us.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'd be in the house fighting like with socks on, 2 pairs of socks on our hands.
And who would win?
It would be me at the time. I wouldn't say that now, but it was me at the time, yeah.
And between then the age of 8 and then when did you start kind of boxing amateur?
I think my first fight was at 11, I think. It was 11 or 12. It was an exhibition, which I didn't know it was an exhibition at the time, because at that age, a fight is a fight. You've done a year of exhibitions. And the first round, I knocked the girl down the first round, and the referee, Claire, at the time, which I don't think she refs no more, I haven't seen her for years, she came up to the corner, going mad. It's an exhibition. I didn't know anything different, but it was a good fight, I gotta be honest. It lasted the 3 rounds, but it was a good scrap.
Amazing. Was it 3 minutes or 3 2s?
No, at the time, at the age, I think it was about 1.5 minutes, I think it was, something like that. I can't even remember, to be honest. I think that's where it is now, for 11, 12-year-old, is 1.5 minutes, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then from then on, boxing amateur level, most of your like.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it was hardly no girls out there whatsoever. It was a girl, Becky Price, who I boxed about 30 odd times in the amateurs, because she was the only other girl at my weight. There weren't many girls out there, and that's when I travelled to Ireland to box Katie Tyler then, because she was another girl. And the same for her, it was no girls out there. It was mostly boys you were sparring with and fighting with, because there was no girls. So I boxed Katie then. She gave me a bit of an hiding, but it's nice to say being in the ring with a world champion.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a good experience out in Ireland. They had really small rings as well, so you couldn't get away from her really.
How old would you have been then?
I think I was about 15, I think, at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, 15, 16 maybe.
Yeah. And did the gym here take you over there?
Yeah, it was Galligaer took me over there, yeah.
Fab. Just yourself, or were there a few of
No,
you?
it was another girl, Steph. She wasn't boxing for very long, but I think she boxed up there as well against another Irish girl. It was Josh Haggerty. I think he was one of the youngest British champions at 14. He went out there boxing. So yeah, it was about 4 of us, I think it went out.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a good experience, to be honest though. Cold mind.
Amazing memory though.
Like, it was brilliant. Because I knew after I boxed Katie that she was a special girl. Like, I mean, she was good. Even at that age, she was quick and strong. I mean, but it's nice now to watch her success she have. Like, I mean, she's been world champion. And I 100% think she's going to win on the 20th.
Yes.
Speed kills, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And she's quick.
She's incredible. Yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
Really special.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So after this trip to Ireland then, what did your career look like after that?
Well, I was boxing local. Then I got chosen to go into squad. I boxed in Norway, I think. We boxed in Ireland again. When I was trying to go to Denmark, that's when I had my upset with injuries after that. So yeah, I boxed at Istanbul. That was a good tournament. So I boxed quite over the world, but then injuries occurred after that. Then I dislocated my shoulder, my right shoulder, my first ever camp. I think I was the one to go to Denmark, and I was devastated, to be honest with you. And then since then, my amateur career went on to a bit of a stop then, because obviously I was injured with my shoulder, my first shoulder operation, and then I turned professional after my first op, and then but the professional career is a business, and that's all it is to it. If you haven't got a promoter in the professional game, you're on a losing streak just before you even start. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And because of my shoulder operation, I couldn't excel in the amateurs like I wanted to because of that injury. And then when I turned pro, that was all against me. No promoters wanted to know whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was heartbreaking because I've trained all my life. I've been good at the sport. I've dedicated my life to the sport. Never gone out drinking, nothing like that. Always kept a clean lifestyle, and then I feel like I give everything I can to boxing, but I'm gonna give it back to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I still love the sport, and I obviously got the experience behind me now to teach kids as well. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. But I turned pro for about 12 years, and I gotta be honest. Some of the fights I have lost, I would say that I won because I was always fighting in their backyard. Do you know what I mean? So it was always, the odds were always against me.
Yeah.
And then I had my second operation when I was professional, and then I had a third one just before COVID hit. So, but I'm still training, still sparring, So I'm not going to say my career's over with, to be honest with you, because I still get in there and I'm still sparring girls, and I'm still levels above all these girls I'm sparring.
Yeah.
So I do, but it's good to go and teach them as well, because I know I went been sparring with a couple of girls for the Welsh, just to prepare them for the Welsh Championships, which was nice to do. Do you know what I mean? So I mean, for them, not just for myself as well. So
yeah, definitely.
So it was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you've given a lot to the sport and continue to, by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah. So I've been coaching now for my first year, and I got a girl which won the novices this year as well. She won the Welsh novice, and a couple of boys in the final, and I got 2 kids now coming up to the schoolboys this weekend. So yeah.
Amazing. It keeps you busy.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So you would have in 2008. Was that when you got your license, your pro license?
I think it was 2005, 2006 maybe.
Okay.
I think it was.
And you would have been the first Welsh woman.
Yeah, I was the first Welsh woman to turn pro. Yeah.
What was that experience like, going up in front of the British Boxing Board of Control?
Oh, it was frightening.
Was it?
It was quite frightening, because you're on a big massive table and they're all around you, do you know what I mean? And I did feel like a lot of pressure then, because being the first girl in Wales as well, I wanted to excel more than what I did. I mean, and I think if I did have a chance with a good promoter, I think I would have gone further than what I did in professional. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a shame, really. But because I did go down to Gary Lockett once as well, to see if he'd take me on. But at the time, he weren't big on women's boxing whatsoever. Whether that opinion's changed now, I don't know. But he weren't. There was a lot of promoters weren't, like Frank Warren. He didn't want to know women's boxing.
Yeah.
I think Frank Maloney had 2 girls.
Yeah.
But I heard he weren't very nice.
No, a lot of them publicly said really.
Yeah, I heard he was not nice at all. I was speaking to one of the boxers who was with him, and he said he was terrible towards women.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. He was hearing Jane Couch even recount, like, walking to the gym in the 90s, and walking to the ring, in the 90s, and like being spat at and stuff, like, just...
Yeah, it's crazy, how times have changed. Yeah. I think it's changed a lot, obviously, since the Olympics. But then when the Olympics got first introduced to the women, it still weren't enough, really. They only had 3 weight categories in there.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, innit?
Yeah.
If you're going to excel in women's boxing, you've got to be more open than that, I think, of it now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I feel like sometimes people think the Olympics is where it started, but like you say, you were a licensed professional boxer in 2005.
Yeah.
It's like 8 years before,
Yeah, exactly. I know. And it weren't enough out there at all, was it? Let's be fair. It weren't like, it was even just being in the gyms. It was a man's place to be. I mean, they never had no girls. I never had girls changing rooms when I was boxing the amateurs. I had to go and change with the boys. Do you know what I mean? It was just a boys' sport. You didn't hear of girls being there.
Yeah.
So it was but it is gone better, obviously now. But they still have a lot more to thing with girls boxing, I think.
What would you say some of the biggest challenges are now, thinking forward, for women and girls in Wales? Biggest
challenges. I'm not sure, to be honest. I just probably think, like, I don't know, it's hard to answer that one.
Like sparring still? Is sparring still?
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. Sparring, because really still there's not many girls out there. You go to a gym and there's only 1 or 2 girls. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we went up to sparring down to Cardiff, and it was 2 army girls down there and their own girl, and it weren't the experience and there much either. I wouldn't have said. I mean, I think they need to start working with girls, and I think in time to come now, I think with promoters and in the amateur boxing, they always want that one girl to be the best. Do you know what I mean? They don't want that one girl losing. So if they can stick with somebody with least experience just for that girl to get a win, that needs to change. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think whether they're going on an amateur perspective or professional perspective, like even when you're winning in that fight, if you were not with the right gym, or you're not with the right promoter, or you're not with the right, look at that time, they're giving it to somebody else, and at the end of the day, you're risking your life going in that ring. You were dedicating your life. You're eating, you're doing exactly the same training as any other boxer out there, maybe even more. And for somebody to just nick things off you like that is not fair. And I just think in the future, they just need to be more fair. They need to. I think more girls need to come forward of their experiences as well. Just to because now at this time of age, boxing it's gone so big for women. You don't want people spoiling it for them either. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
So, yeah.
When you were boxing professionally, was there ever any talk around like journey women as there would be journey men? Would that phrase ever be used?
It was never used, but it was there 100%.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you knew what you was getting before you were going into that ring. And if that person that you're fighting against sells tickets, that person is going to be the winner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you knock him out, which is, it's not as easier said than done in boxing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, unless you were putting them on the canvas, there's no way that you was going to win that fight. Like my last fight then, for instance, I beat this girl hands down. And now she's fighting, I think she's fighting Lauren Price's girlfriend coming up.
Okay.
Yeah. And that fight was just before I had my third shoulder operation. She called me out for a rematch, but she won the fight, man. So why would she call me out for a rematch? She knew she didn't win that fight.
Yeah.
And there was people there who knew she didn't win it. I had so many messages after that fight saying, I can't believe we lost that fight. It was a shame. It was a travesty, because you beat her hands down. And she had a YouTube thing then that she was calling me out. So I was thinking, it goes to show who won the fight, because if you won, why would you want to call somebody out if you've won?
Why do you need to revenge
Why do you need to revenge
win?
that? Yeah, exactly. But I just knew that the pro is a mug's game. Yeah. And it is. You speak to any boxer who's on the road fighting, it's not bad money. You probably get more money than the people who are actually selling tickets, because they got to give you your money before you can get into the ring. If they got to fly them over, they've got to pay for the hotel, food, and that's coming out of the promoters' boxers' expenses. Yeah. So, to be honest, the journeymen are getting more money than what the normal fighters are getting.
Yeah. Could you be tempted back, do you think, into the pro game?
Yeah, I'd be honest with you, for the money, yes, would, but like, I just think like all the big dreams of winning belts, it'd be nice obviously, but being a realism person, I'm not gonna turn around and say like, I want to go in here, win this and win that. A couple of bob will be nice, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's where it is at the end of the day. People who say they get the pro game because they love boxing, no, it's not just that. Is the money is involved in it.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's better than coming home with a couple of grand in your pocket than a trophy. So, yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you. So, is your brother still boxing? That's what I wanted to ask you.
No, he's not boxing. He does train now and again, but his son is boxing now. His two sons are boxing. That's the one who's fighting tomorrow in the quarterfinals, the Welsh. But no, he's still keeping fit himself, like, but yeah, but he's not training and fighting professionally at the moment, no.
But it's living on in the family in the next generation.
Yeah, it is, like, because to be honest with my brother, I think what changed him is he fought for a Welsh title fight down in Galligaer events in Newport a few years ago, and he was battering the boy, and the officials come up to you before the fight and they explain the rules, and they said if you go down with a shoulder injury and injury, then it goes to scorecards. Okay. It's got a clash of heads. Do you know what I mean? Then if you've got a clash of heads, it goes to the scorecards. If you've got injury to your hand or shoulder, if you don't carry on fighting, you lose. Same as Joe Kawasaki, he had a broken hand. He carried on as he would have lost the fight. Yeah. Well, this boy went down with a bad thumb. The officials were in the ring for about 10 minutes, and we was all cheering because we thought he had won the fight, because that's the rule. If you can't carry on with the bad hand, you lose. Same as me, I lost because my shoulder dislocated. And I come back, they put it as a technical draw, and my brother won every single round up to that.
Oh my God. intense.
Yeah, well, it was all over the boxing news, everything. So, like, I think after that, he just knew that he was onto a downward spiral himself. Do you know what I mean? Because he knew that he wasn't a promoter either. He was on the road fighting, but he was a journeyman, my brother. Even though that he was classed as journeyman, he didn't see himself, because most journeymen go to a fight and they get paid to lose.
Yeah.
They don't get paid to win. They take prospects around. They keep themselves safe. They cover up so they don't get cut, because they know they fight in a week later. That's what journeymen are all about. They don't go in there to try and win.
Yeah.
Where my brother was never like that. He was going in there to win a fight, which it goes to show, because every single one of his fights he won have all been by knockout, except one fight. So it says it all, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does.
With the women's sport as well, though, like, unless you're with a promoter and you got, you know, that team behind you, and you've done so well in the amateurs, you know, if you won Europeans, you've won Worlds, you've won Commonwealth or the Olympics or wherever else, you know you got that head start straight away. You know you're going to get fast tracked to the top no matter what. Whether if you haven't got that experience behind you, you're still fighting in grassroots boxing, in professional. Do you know what I mean? You know, you're not going to get fast tracked. And if you do, you were just like you bait, really. You know, you're going in there to fight these big prospects. You're not even getting a chance to build a record for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why it is like a journeyman, because you were building their record, you're not building your own. Yeah. Now, if you fought the girls that they are fighting from over whichever country they bring them over, then you're going to have a brilliant record. Because all these girls who are fighting, they are getting carried at the moment, and they know that themselves. They admit it themselves. Yeah. But when you're a journeyman, you were just one of the people they're flying over to box these prospects, and you're not going to build a record like that. Yeah. So then, when you do want to go into, you know, if you do want to go in to try and get a bit better promoter and put better yourself, they look at your record and think, right, you've had 10 fights, you've lost 8, you lost 10 or whatever it would be. But that's because you've been fighting girls who are prospects. Yeah. But just, do you know what I mean? So it's not fair, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not fair, and that's why I think the future of boxing needs to change for men and women, because, you know, we all train the same, we've all dedicated our life to the sport. So why should we go up in and be bait for these upcoming prospects when you've done exactly the same as them? Might not have got as far as them in the amateur ranks, but you've still dedicated your life to the sport. You've still trained with them. Like, I've trained with some of these girls who are up and coming now, like, do you know what I mean? So, and it is heartbreaking, to be honest, though, that girls have got to go, can't build a record for themselves because they haven't got the promoters to do it. I think promoters should be bringing all girls in, any experience. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And starting from there, not having just that one girl that is going to rule the ranks of. You know, they should have more girls. Do you know what I mean? They should be promoting more girls, no matter what experience they've had. Yeah,
because they say that there's not the depth, but they're not trying to build.
They're not trying to build it. No, that's the thing. You know, they're looking at girls and thinking, right then, we'll get this girl to fight our champion. She's had all these losses, and then that's it. Then, like, that's on to another stepping stone. But the other British girls then are left to the side. Yeah. So yeah, of course they are. Yeah. They're just used to build other girls' records up, and that's what they're used for.
Would you go into the promotion or management side of it, do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Now you're asking. I don't think they very like me very much, because every time if I, you know, in pros as well, if you lose 4 fights, you got to go in front of the board. And I used to be chopsy, really chopsy. I was quiet in the beginning, but since when you get older, you start talking, you know. And they used to say to me, "You lost this, not the fight. You lost this." And I used to say to them, "Was you there watching then?" No. I did. So how can you say I lost that fight then? I said, "I'm fighting in their backyard." I said, "I'm winning nearly every round. I'm still not getting the decision. So how can you say I've lost that fight? You bringing me in after 4 fights of losses. There shouldn't be losses." I said, "But they are in your eyes. But you've never seen the fight though. Yeah. So they don't come watch the fights." Do you know what I mean?
How would they react to that?
I don't know what to say, to be honest.
Was the board then all male as well?
Yeah, I think it was like one female there, like one older lady. Do you know what I mean? That's it. And again, it should be more women in the amateurs. You look at the Welsh Amateur Association. There's no women, is there? No. I think I've seen 2 women referee I've seen so far, which is a lot more than it was years ago. But still, it's not enough, is it? And,
No.
you know, at the moment, it is a woman's dominated sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the women are coming through better than the men these days.
Yeah, and through COVID, women's boxing was what carried the sport at pro level.
Yeah.
Because there weren't big fights, were there, that people were tuning in to see at the men's game. It was all the female fights.
And when you look at social media, everyone was saying they enjoyed watching the women more than the men.
Yeah.
And it's like that now in the amateurs and in the pros. You know, the women are a lot. It's more exciting to watch the women than it is to watch the men. But but it is good. It has come a long way. But I'm not sure if I'm going to go into promoting or anything like that. But maybe in the future. Do you know what I mean? I might do, but at the moment I can stick to the amateurs and keep coaching. And,
Yeah.
But
especially managing young female boxers as well. You'd be amazing, giving them all the inside scoop. Because I think sometimes people go into the sport quite blind, don't they? Rather than, you know, like you say, knowing what you're getting yourself in for.
You don't realise, like, as I mean, like I was saying, like, if I knew what I knew now at the age of 20, I think I would have done a different path to myself, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, and I think I would have opened my mouth a bit more as well, because when you're younger, you don't really speak up to you, do you know what I mean? But it's so good to see the women coming through on it. It's fantastic, I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it needs to be more out there for these girls who haven't got big promoters. It's got to be a fair fight, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? They need to build a record as well, because otherwise, you know, how is it ever going to grow? How is it, even with the amateurs, they're looking up to these professionals as well, and they want to get somewhere. And if they're looking at girls who've been boxing all their lives and thinking they haven't got anywhere just because they haven't got that background or they haven't got that massive amateur career, it's disheartening for young girls then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's strange, isn't it, to think that now Lauren Price obviously has just won the first British title, but in 2018 we had 3 women on the national squad, and now we only have 1 female boxer on the national squad. So it's like,
I know.
whereas other countries seem to be
massive
developing.
Yeah, look at England's national squad. The girls, there's loads, isn't there? Loads. It's the same as Ireland and Scotland as well. Not sure much of Scotland, but I know Ireland got a big squad. But England is massive, and the training camps are levels above us.
Yeah.
Like when I boxed for the British last year, I never had a camp. Do you know what I mean? Like when the British was introduced, England was already training in their camp. They had the weekend. They had the girls who were to box in the British. They had them training in their own environment, in their own little camp. We never got invited to the squad. There was only 1 girl in squad, and it was like, so where was the invite? They knew we was boxed for the British. They never had us down there training.
It's like, again, as you say, you're starting off on the back foot then, really.
All the time, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, you know, you need to, if you're boxing for Wales, you need to be down in Savannah Gardens. You need to be with your coaches. The coaches need to know you. Yeah. So I was going in that ring with someone who'd never even been in my corner mind. Never. Yeah, we never had our own gym coaches. They had to have the Welsh boxing coaches, which never worked with me in my life. Do you know what I mean? When I was boxing the Welsh in Savannah Gardens, I had Tony Williams, which was retired. So the guys I had in my corner never see me box in my life. No, to me, it's so wrong. And I've always said you gotta know your fighters, you gotta know your boxers, and because you don't gotta know when they're hurt, or you know, or when to change a fight if things didn't go wrong. So you need to know your fighters.
Yeah.
And to me, there should always be a camp for girls who are going to box in for Wales, because them coaches need to know you through and through.
Yeah.